welcome back to Wallington Filming. Now what I'm going to do in this video is show you how to stain these newly fitted skirting boards. I think it's just a pine, and what I'm going to stain them in, I'm just going to stain them in some ordinary light oak, and this is actually the stuff you use for your garden fences. Now the only reason I'm using this stain here is because that's all I've got. Believe it or not, that's the only colour I've got is in a light oak, is this fence treatment. And then to top it off, I'm just going to give it a coat of clear oil-based polyurethane gloss varnish. As you can see, this is what it's going to look like in a light oak. Now I'll probably give that 2 coats with a D-nib in between and a dust off, etc. Now bear in mind, you can do it in any colour stain. You can use oil based as your first coat. Like I say, that's the only one I've got, so that's what I'm doing it in. And I'm too tight to go and buy some from like B&Q because I don't need to. Why bother? Now this wall is going to have a pattern wallpaper on, so I can just go slightly onto the wall with the stain because it won't matter, because the paper will be butted right to the top of the skirting board. Right, so let's get on with it, shall I? Now what I'm using myself is a 3-inch brush. You can use any size brush you want, but that's a nice cutting in brush at the end of the day. I could go onto the top of the wall, and I'm not going to put a lot on, guys. I'm going to do it quite thin. We've got to remember is, try and keep any brush marks out of it. Go from the end and across, like so. You don't want to be stopping your brush halfway through the stain and leave brush marks. There you go. It's dead easy. The good thing about using a light coloured stain is you get to keep the natural beauty of the wood shining through. Now I'm not putting a lot on because it's new timber, so it'll absorb it in. This is simple as that, guys. But just lay it off so, and flick your brush off at the end like that. So you're not. See, if you stop, see how you get brush marks in it like that. If you stop halfway through, sort of thing, you'll see that. So just feather it off, like that. I did want a light oak colour on here. And this fence treatment is the only one I've got. I thought, well, what's the point in going out buying a light oak stain? I know it's fence treatment, but at the end of the day, it's still like a wood care or a wood stain. And what I'll do, I'll just wait for this. I'll give this about 24 hours. I'll coat it up again and show you me putting a nice varnish on it. I mean, some people like to use, you know, Osmo oil on top or teak oil or something to finish it off. But just on this particular job, I'm going to do it in a nice gloss varnish, so it really highlights that timber up. You can do it in any colour stain you like. But just bear in mind, the darker the stain, the more you're going to hide the natural features of the wood. And I'm just putting it on dead lightly. I'm not putting too much on at once. And then just feather it off so you don't get no brush marks in it, like so. Just going on that top edge to, I've actually gun filled the top of the skirt. There's some big gaps because like it's an old house and it's none of the rooms are square, so you do mess around with the skirting board to get the internal external mitres correct. Make sure you get in that groove there. Just make sure you use a nice clean brush as well. I'll put one in on stain on. Right, there you go. What I've basically got here is 7-inch skirting board. It's pine skirting board. It does soak up the stain quite a lot on the first coat, so I'll probably have to like denib this after and just give it another thin coat to get that proper light oak effect. And I'm going to finish off by varnishing it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back at a later point and show you me putting a gloss varnish on that after this is fully dried. So we'll catch you in a minute. Right then guys, skirting board's fully dry now. It's got a light oak on it. I've given it a denib, dust off and hoovered around the surrounding area. I'm just going to give it a coat of clear high gloss varnish now. And when that's fully dry, I will go around the whole room and give it a denib and a second varnish, because you get that full shine effect, which is what I'm after. So yeah, I'm using my 3-inch brush, which I stained it with, cleaned it out, got the varnish in there, put a little bit of dryers in it because I want it to dry quickly, basically. So yeah, all I'm going to do is coat it up in the varnish. Right, so here we go. Very easy process. Like I say, I'm papering the wall. So I can go just up the wall a little bit, won't hurt. And notice when I want to get a bit of varnish on the top, I'll just do that, which gives me excess of varnish on there. Just speeds it up. But don't overpile the actual varnish on these mouldings, otherwise it'll be running and sagging for forever and a day if you put too much on. That's why I like to give it a second coat of varnish, because the first one's going to be absorbed by the stain a little bit. Just remember them brush strokes. Same thing applies. And after about 10-15 minutes of doing it, just run your brush across the skirting board from one end to the other, just to make sure you pick up any runs or sags, because you don't want to be seeing any of that, do you? And the reason I use a 3-inch brush So I'm not messing about. Basically. What I'll do is just give this at least a day, day and a half to dry. Leave the window open in the room so some ventilation gets in here, and basically wait for it to oxidise, and then I'll denib it and get another coat of clear varnish. As you might well have gathered, got Dave on the camera. Good lad, Dave. I do like to use a clear high gloss varnish on stained skirting boards or woodwork, just like gives that a really solid finish. And just quite easy to clean as well, dust off. I mean, a lot of people don't like a high shine, but I do, so that's why I'm using it. Just get to see that natural beauty of the wood shine through. Okay. Right, there you go. The skating boards have had 2 coats of light oak stain. They've had a denib and a dust off in between, a bit of an over up, and I'm finishing off with a clear high gloss varnish on them, and I will denib it all and give it another varnish, because the first one always tends to soak in a little bit, doesn't it, into the previous coat of paint. Right, so yeah, hope you enjoyed content of that video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Until next time, But yeah, here we are, on site. 40 mile a day for me. 40 mile one way, I should say.